Today, Jed Dickerson, Mac Weekly, and Mike Wynn believe they have a shot at catching the new world record largemouth bass, and they've dedicated a good part of their lives to the task. Jed Dickerson's winning formula is to be on Lake Dixon, California every single day during the spawning season. It's mid-May, and this is his 70th consecutive day in search of the world record bass this year.
I mean, I'm here every single day. I'm trying to balance, my family, work, come out here, hunt the fish.
His 2003 catch of Dottie, the 21-pound, 11-ounce bass, was the fourth biggest on the all-time bass list. But the fact that she still could be swimming in the lake, and could be even bigger, is more than enough to fuel the hunt. For Jed, it's more than just a hunt. It's an obsession.
Really, without obsessions, you don't really reach the pinnacle of your profession or your hobby or whatever you do without being completely obsessed. I mean, Michael Jordan was obviously obsessed with basketball. The fact that these guys are obsessed with catching the biggest bass in the world doesn't make that any less than Michael Jordan being obsessed with basketball.
Jed's efforts intensified the next 3 years. Big fish were caught, but none the size of Dottie. Then, on March 19, 2006, when the three friends were back out on the lake hunting, another giant fish was spotted.
Looked down the fish, and immediately, right when I saw the fish, I knew that that was Jed's fish. I knew that was the fish that Jed caught back in 2003.
But with the park closing for the day, the three decide to get a campsite for the night to be the first ones on the water the following morning.
Get a permit in a boat, we hop in the boat, we head straight to the spot.
So we pull up on this fish, get all set up. Mac and Jed are fishing. It's a day much like today, cloudy, overcast.
It's drizzly, and we're thinking, oh man, we're not even gonna be able to see anything. So
it's definitely tough conditions for this type of fishing.
I think Jed cast it down on the fish first. He took a couple casts, backed off, I took a couple casts.
She goes right down on Mac's jig and noses up like this. I mean, like...
You could just see like kind of a shadow creeping in.
Right on it. And
Mike and Jed and I decided that the next person just swing on it. So
can't see his jig anymore, and then he feels a thump.
I felt a thud. I saw kind of a belly kind of flash, and I couldn't see my jig, so I set the hook.
She got it, You got her!
This type of fishing, I mean with bass fishing in general, when in doubt, you swing.
We started chasing the fish around. Finally, he got it inside the net. Once we got it in the net, we put it in the boat. We could tell that the fish had been foul hooked.
Foul hooked means the hook was embedded outside the mouth. California Fish and Game regulations state that a fish must voluntarily take the lure in its mouth to be a legal catch.
It was disappointing, but at the same time, it was rewarding.
Oh my gosh, this thing just was enormous.
There's the black dot. There's the black dot right there.
First thing you see is the black dot, you know it's the same fish.
That black dot was right underneath its jawline, right over by the side of its gill plate. And we knew that that was the fish that Jed caught back in '03.
Hurry up, guys. Let's get this thing back in the water.
That's when it weighed in at 25-1. And it was enormous. Seeing a bass, it was that big, crazy.
We photographed her, we videotaped her, and
made the decision that the right thing to do is to actually let the fish go. So
we put her back in the lake, and she's still out here for somebody to possibly catch. The dream is still alive.
It's it's a crazy day in bass fishing history, man.
Jed Dickerson, Mac Weekly, and Mike Wynn know all too well about Perry's 1932 record catch. They also know how close they came to officially surpassing it. But the hunt continues as Dottie swims free again. In California, Jed Dickerson, Mac Weekly, and Mike Wynn obsessively hunt the largest bass of all time. One particular monster bass they've caught and released 2 other times. Dottie, she was named after a black birthmark on her right gill plate.
There's the black dot right there.
The last time they caught her, she broke the record by 2.5 pounds.
Recording with 25 pounds.
But she was not hooked in the mouth, so the catch went uncertified.
Let's let it go, guys.
She was released back into Dixon Lake.
Let's get this thing back in the water.
Since then, Dickerson has become the most obsessed and fishes for Dottie daily to prevent anyone else from possibly catching their fish.
Grueling isn't even the word, man. It's hard. It's 5:15 in the morning, drive to the lake. So I stay the whole day till 4 or 5 at night. I gotta go to work at 6 or 7 and stay up till 2, 3 in the morning working, and still gotta 2, 3 hours go by, wake up, go do it all over again. But
And the fact that these guys work all day, sleep for a couple hours, and then get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning to get out there and chase this one fish. You know, in reality, what it does, I mean, people think, get a life, people might say about these guys, but in reality, they sort of, it is what gives them a life. It gives them something that they love, that they become totally obsessed with. T.S. Eliot, the poet, once said that, you know, gives people a sort of still point in a turning world. I always love that, a still point in a turning world.
I don't know. I guess I'm sick. I guess I enjoy it. I enjoy the sickness.
It's near the end of the spawning season. Jed and Mac seem more determined than ever that it should be them who catch Dottie and no one else.
Personally, if we didn't catch the fish, I would like to see either a young kid or an elderly person. It's gotten so competitive out here and so ridiculous at times. Let's just be honest. That's the way that I'd like to see it happen.
Or no one. I'd be happy if no one catches it. If we don't catch it, honestly, I'd probably want no one to catch it, really. Put too much time in. I mean, she died of natural causes, man.
If it was to die, is it going to float up to where we could actually see the fish again?
That wouldn't be so bad, but if you get some of these guys that come up here all the time, if they were to catch one, I think it'd be a tragic ending.
Jed has been on the water every day for nearly 4 months. Done fishing for the day, he heads home and receives a call from Dixon Lake that could change everything.
Stopped off at the gas station. I get a call from Jim Dayberry up at Dixon. Says some guy just called him. They found a massive floater at Dixon, and we're hoping it's her, man. It could be a great day.
Immediately turning around for the lake, Jed is on the phone to his wife Irma and then Mac about the possible dramatic end to the story.
We're almost out of town now. Jim Dayberry calls me and he's like, "You might want to turn around." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Some guy just found a massive floater." He says it's like 20 pounds. So
Arriving at the lake, Jed may find that the world record fish he has pursued for years is dead. Ironically, he actually hopes that this is the case.
I'm just hoping it's her, man, because